Hello everyone, Dr. Mike here. Before we start, I want to share something that has changed the lives of thousands of my patients. Imagine waking up every morning without constant worry about your blood sugar levels. No unnecessary needles, no extra medications, no energy roller coaster throughout the day. Sounds too good to be true? Well, today I'll reveal how to combine 6 simple foods that you probably already have in your kitchen to help naturally control your glucose levels. And the best part? You won't need to suffer with restrictive diets or give up everything you love to eat. This method is based on solid science and is helping real people regain control of their health. I'll share exactly how to combine these foods to maximize their benefits. When I was diagnosed with prediabetes at age 35, I understood firsthand what many of you are going through. As a doctor, I knew about the complications that uncontrolled diabetes could cause: heart problems, nerve damage, vision problems. The list is long and scary. That's when I began intensively researching natural alternatives to complement conventional treatments. What I discovered completely changed my approach with diabetic and pre-diabetic patients. And today, I'm going to share these discoveries with you. But before revealing these 6 powerful foods and how to combine them, let me clarify something important. I'm not suggesting you abandon your current medications or treatments. Always consult your doctor before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you take insulin or other diabetes medications. What I'll show you are complementary strategies, based on solid scientific research, that can help stabilize your blood sugar levels naturally. Let's start with the first food: cinnamon. No, it's not just a spice for desserts. A study published in Diabetes Care showed that just half a teaspoon of cinnamon per day can improve insulin sensitivity and reduce blood sugar levels by 10% to 29%. This happens because cinnamon contains compounds that mimic insulin and increase the ability of cells to absorb glucose. The second food is avocado. Rich in healthy fats and fiber, avocado has an extremely low glycemic index. This means it barely raises your blood sugar. A study published in the journal Nutrition showed that eating half an avocado at lunch improves satiety and reduces the desire to eat for up to 5 hours afterward. Less hunger means fewer chances of impulsive snacks that can spike your glucose. The third powerful food is flaxseed. These small seeds are full of soluble fiber and omega-3 fatty acids. Soluble fiber forms a gel in the intestine that slows sugar absorption, preventing glucose spikes after meals. A University of Toronto study showed that adding just 10 grams of ground flaxseed to meals reduces post-meal sugar by up to 28%. Our fourth food is apple cider vinegar. Perhaps you've heard of the benefits of this superfood, but did you know that taking just 2 tablespoons before meals can reduce post-meal sugar by up to 20%? The acetic acid in vinegar slows down how quickly the stomach empties food into the intestine, giving the body more time to process sugar and preventing sudden glucose spikes. The fifth food is walnuts. Rich in magnesium, protein, and healthy fats, walnuts are perfect for stabilizing blood sugar. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that eating a handful of walnuts daily improves glycemic control and reduces the risk of type 2 diabetes. The magnesium in walnuts is crucial for more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including glucose metabolism. And finally, the sixth food, broccoli. This cruciferous vegetable contains a compound called sulforaphane, which activates enzymes that fight oxidative stress and reduce blood sugar levels. Research from the University of Warwick demonstrated that sulforaphane can help reverse vascular damage caused by diabetes. Now, the magic happens when you learn to combine these foods strategically throughout the day. Let me show you how. For breakfast, try this powerful combination: oatmeal with cinnamon and ground flaxseed, accompanied by a glass of water with a diluted tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. The fiber in oatmeal already helps stabilize blood sugar, but when you add cinnamon and flaxseed, you create a triple alliance that keeps your glucose levels stable for hours. I remember Maria, a 62-year-old patient who struggled with blood sugar levels always above 200 milligrams per deciliter in the morning. After adopting this breakfast for just 2 weeks, her morning levels dropped to around 130 milligrams per deciliter. She called me excited, saying she hadn't felt this good in years. For lunch, include half an avocado in your salad with broccoli and add a handful of walnuts. This combination provides fiber, healthy fats, and proteins that dramatically decrease the impact of carbohydrates in your meal. Plus, the sulforaphane from broccoli will be working to improve your insulin sensitivity. As an afternoon snack, when many experience that energy drop, try some walnuts with an apple. The apple's fiber combined with the fats and proteins from the nuts creates a snack that slowly releases energy, preventing spikes and drops in your sugar. For dinner, add cinnamon to your main dish. It works surprisingly well with chicken and vegetables, and include steamed broccoli drizzled with olive oil. Again, take a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in water about 15 minutes before eating. Now, if you're enjoying this information that can transform your health, please leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share in the comments which of these foods you already use in your diet. Your feedback is extremely important to me and helps me create more content tailored to your needs. Back to our topic. When you combine these foods strategically, you create a powerful defense system against blood sugar spikes. But let's go further and I'll share some specific combinations that work as true, natural remedies for different times of the day. To combat high morning sugar, known as the dawn phenomenon before bed, try a small snack with avocado and walnuts. The healthy fats help stabilize sugar during the night, preventing that morning spike. Carlos, a 70-year-old patient, was frustrated with his always high morning sugar levels, despite eating dinner early and strictly following his medications. After I recommended this small nighttime snack, his morning levels stabilized significantly. "It's like my body finally understands what to do with sugar during the night," he told me. To control sugar after meals, taking a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water 15 minutes before eating, followed by a meal that includes broccoli and cinnamon, can reduce the post-meal glucose spike by up to 30%. To stabilize sugar between meals, a mix of ground flaxseed with natural yogurt, no sugar, and some walnuts creates a snack that keeps your levels stable for hours. For better rest at night, essential for diabetes, control a cinnamon tea with a small spoon of ground flaxseed before bed can help stabilize sugar during the night, resulting in more restful sleep and healthier morning levels. An often ignored aspect in diabetes control is how stress affects your sugar levels. When we're stressed, our body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that naturally raise glucose. That's why, in addition to this food approach, I recommend simple deep breathing techniques before meals. Just 3 minutes of deep breathing before eating can significantly reduce the body's stress response, allowing you to digest better and decrease the meal's impact on your blood sugar. Anna, a retired 67-year-old teacher, incorporated this practice along with the food combinations I suggested. In 2 months, she was able to reduce one of her diabetes medications under medical supervision. "Dr. Mike, it's not just my sugar that improved. It's my entire life," she told me with tears in her eyes. Another crucial factor is meal timing. Recent research shows that eating at the same time every day helps regulate the body's circadian rhythms, improving glucose metabolism. Try to maintain a consistent schedule for your meals and try these food combinations. You'll be surprised by the results. Now, let's talk about specific dosages. To maximize the benefits of these foods, a cinnamon, 1/2 to 1 teaspoon per day. Use Ceylon cinnamon, which has lower levels of coumarin, a compound that in large amounts can be harmful to the liver. A flaxseed, 1 to 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed per day, always ground, as the body cannot digest whole seeds. A apple cider vinegar, 1 to 2 tablespoons diluted in water, divided before meals. A avocado, 1/2 to 1 per day. A walnuts, a handful, about 30 g per day. A broccoli, at least 1 cup per day. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Diabetes Research showed that when these foods are consumed regularly over a 12-week period, participants saw an average reduction of 0.8% in glycated hemoglobin, HbA1c, an important marker for long-term diabetes control. To put this in context, a 0.5% reduction in HbA1c is already considered clinically significant. But remember, consistency is key. These foods aren't magic pills that work overnight. They are powerful allies when regularly incorporated into your eating routine. Another important aspect is understanding how your individual body responds to different foods. We don't all react the same way to the same foods. Some people may have a significant blood sugar increase with white rice, while others have little impact. That's why I recommend investing in a glucose monitor, even for a short period, to understand how your body responds to the different combinations I suggested. This allows you to further personalize your approach. Let's also talk about the time of day. Studies show our bodies process carbohydrates better in the morning than at night. This means you can be more liberal with healthy carbohydrates at breakfast, like oatmeal with cinnamon and flaxseed, while at night you should focus more on proteins, healthy fats, and low glycemic index vegetables. Jorge, a 72-year-old patient, began concentrating his carbohydrates at breakfast and lunch, leaving dinner lighter and focused on proteins and vegetables. Combining this strategy with the foods I mentioned, he managed to reduce his fasting blood glucose from 180 mg per deciliter to 120 mg per deciliter in just 1 month. It's also important to talk about hydration. Water helps your kidneys eliminate excess sugar through urine. Combine this with the benefits of apple cider vinegar before meals, and you'll have a powerful glycemic control strategy. Try to drink at least 2 liters of water per day, starting with a large glass right when you wake up. Add a slice of lemon to enhance the benefits, as citric acid, like the acetic acid in vinegar, can improve insulin sensitivity. Beyond these dietary strategies, we can't ignore the importance of physical activity. A just 15-minute walk after meals can reduce post-meal sugar by up to 22%. When combined with these strategic food choices, the benefits are even greater. Let's talk now about possible obstacles. One of the biggest challenges for many of my patients is consistency. It's normal to be disciplined for a few days and then return to old habits. That's why I suggest implementing these changes gradually. Start by incorporating just cinnamon and apple cider vinegar in the first week. The following week, add flaxseed. Continue like this until you're comfortable with all 6 foods in your routine. Another common obstacle is taste. Not everyone likes the bitter taste of apple cider vinegar or the texture of avocado. In this case, try diluting the vinegar more or incorporating avocado into smoothies where its flavor is masked. Regina, a 65-year-old patient who hated the taste of vinegar, started by adding just half a teaspoon to water and gradually increased to 2 tablespoons. I got so used to it that now I actually like it, she told me, surprised. It's also important to talk about interactions with medications. Cinnamon, for example, can enhance the effect of hypoglycemic medications. This isn't necessarily bad, but it means you'll need to carefully monitor your blood sugar and adjust your doses under medical guidance. One of my patients, Roberto, a retired 68-year-old engineer, needed to reduce his metformin dose after incorporating these dietary strategies for 3 months. His doctor was impressed with the improvement and supported the gradual reduction of medication. For those who are really committed, I suggest a 21-day challenge, incorporating all these foods as recommended. Why 21 days? Research shows this is approximately the time needed to form new habits. After 3 weeks, these food choices will begin to become automatic. After that, get a glycated hemoglobin test to see the objective results. Many of my patients are absolutely surprised by the difference these simple changes can make. And what excites me most is seeing not just the numbers improving, but overall quality of life. Less fatigue, better mood, more energy, more restful sleep. The impact goes far beyond glycemic control. Teresa, a 75-year-old grandmother, told me something I'll never forget. Dr. Mike, now I can play with my grandchildren without feeling exhausted. That's the real miracle for me. This reminds me, If you're enjoying this information and believe it can help someone you know, please share this video and leave in the comments which of these tips you'll implement first. Your engagement is very important and motivates me to continue bringing content like this. Let's also talk about how these foods can help prevent long-term diabetes complications. Cinnamon and broccoli, for example, are rich in antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, one of the main culprits for diabetic complications like neuropathy and vision problems. Walnuts and avocado provide essential fatty acids and vitamin E that promote cardiovascular health, crucial for people with diabetes, who have an increased risk of heart disease. Flaxseed, besides helping with glycemic control, provides fiber that contributes to intestinal health. We now know that the gut microbiome plays a fundamental role in insulin sensitivity and glucose metabolism. For those concerned about weight, another important factor in diabetes control, this approach also brings benefits. These foods increase satiety, reduce hunger, and help maintain stable energy levels, making long-term weight control easier. Antonio, a 63-year-old patient with type 2 diabetes and obesity, lost 17 pounds in 6 months just by incorporating these dietary strategies and doing light daily walks. "I don't feel like I'm on a diet, Dr. Mike. I simply feel healthy for the first time in decades," he told me during a consultation. It's important to emphasize that these strategies aren't exclusive to people with diabetes. They're equally valuable for those with prediabetes or family history of the condition. Prevention is always the best path, and implementing these changes can significantly reduce your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And we can't forget the psychological aspects. The diagnosis of diabetes often comes with feelings of guilt, fear, and even shame. Many patients feel overwhelmed by the restrictions and demands of the condition. This more natural and holistic approach not only improves physiological parameters but also gives people back a sense of control and hope. It's empowering to know that your daily choices can make a real difference in your health. Lucia, a 69-year-old patient diagnosed more than a decade ago, told me, "For the first time, I don't feel like a victim of diabetes. I feel in control." To finish, I want to emphasize that these strategies are not to replace your medications or regular medical monitoring. They are powerful complementary tools that, when used correctly and consistently, can help significantly improve your glycemic control and quality of life. My goal with this video is to show that diabetes doesn't have to be a sentence to a life of suffering and drastic restrictions. With the right strategies, proper knowledge, and necessary support, you can lead a full, tasty, and healthy life. These 6 foods, cinnamon, avocado, flaxseed, apple cider vinegar, walnuts, and broccoli, when strategically combined, can be your allies on this journey. Start implementing these suggestions today and observe the positive changes that will happen with your body and mind. Remember, small consistent changes generate big results over time. Don't seek perfection, seek constant progress. And if you have any questions or want to share your personal experience with these strategies, leave them in the comments below. I love reading your stories and answering your questions. Thank you for watching this far. This is Dr. Mike, wishing you health, vitality, and a peaceful relationship with your blood sugar. See you in the next video.